Hollywood sells a specific image of Hawaii: perfect waves, fragrant leis, and an empty, pristine escape. But this manufactured paradise relies on a dark logic: the active erasure of the native Hawaiian people. By the end of this video, we'll see how that erasure has moved from movie tropes to the literal theft of real Hawaiian history. Subscribe to the channel for deep dives into how media shapes our perception of the world. Studios have generated billions of dollars using the islands as a backdrop while treating the land as a playground for white melodramas. This system exploits the local landscape while excluding the stories and characters of the people who actually live there. This is symbolic annihilation. When a group is systematically omitted, trivialized, or condemned by the media, they are effectively erased from public consciousness. Hollywood operates a calculated machine designed to replace native Hawaiian identity with a white-coded universe, rendering the indigenous population invisible in their own home. The first weapon is whitewashing, the systemic replacement of native bodies with white actors. Native Hawaiians account for less than 1% of speaking roles in films set in Hawaii. They are statistically non-existent on screen. Financiers prioritize bankable white stars, ensuring this tiny sliver of representation is swallowed whole by white casting. In the 2015 film Aloha, director Cameron Crowe cast Emma Stone to play Captain Allison Eng. The character was written as being of Native Hawaiian and Asian descent, but Stone possesses no physical markers of that ancestry. When studios don't cast white actors, they often treat different Pacific cultures as interchangeable. In the 1966 film Hawaii, lead roles went to actors from Tahiti and Fiji because they fit a generic brown aesthetic designed by ignorant executives. This casting is cultural cannibalism. It strips Native Hawaiians of their right to be seen, validating a Hawaii where indigenous people have no place. When Native Hawaiians are allowed on screen, they are subjected to the second weapon: vicious stereotyping. Hollywood relies on narrow caricatures, portraying natives exclusively as lazy, uneducated, obese, or irrationally violent. Consider Ula from 50 First Dates. Though the character is presented as a local Hawaiian, he is played by Rob Schneider, an actor of Jewish and Filipino descent with no native ties. Ula is framed as an aggressive, unintelligent buffoon. For comedic effect, the script has a white woman brutally beat him with a baseball bat, depicting the native character as a weaker, lower-status figure. Malicious framing reinforces white supremacy. It makes the indigenous population appear as caricatures rather than complex humans, easing the path for their socioeconomic displacement. The third weapon targets the spiritual and historical core of the culture: the Hawaiian language. Hollywood frequently employs mock Hawaiian, a form of exaggerated, performative gibberish. It uses familiar linguistic patterns to index stereotypes, making native speakers sound primitive or slow. Even animated films participate in this linguistic erasure. In Lilo and Stitch, the title character is voiced by white actress Daveigh Chase, whose Americanized pronunciation of words like ohana strips the character of its cultural validity. This erasure is visible on the posters used to market these films. Titles like Princess Kaiulani or Blue Hawaii routinely remove the okina, the glottal stop, to make the language more palatable for mainland consumers. Systematic mispronunciation and the removal of sacred punctuation severs the connection between modern Hawaiians and their ancestors. It treats a living language like a prop. These media tropes create a cycle of social alienation and stigmatization that affects the physical health of the community. This psychological toll manifests physiologically. Scientific studies show that the stress of constant media-induced disempowerment is directly linked to higher blood pressure and increased obesity rates among Native Hawaiians. Hollywood has now escalated to stealing real-life history. The upcoming movie Ni'ihau tells the story of Benahakaka Kanahele, a real Native Hawaiian World War II hero. Despite Kanahele being a Native Hawaiian, he will be played by white actor Zach McGowan. As long as the industry can profit from a whitewashed version of Paradise, it will continue to rewrite Native heroes as white men. Subscribe to this channel to support the effort to make these patterns visible.